And that's funny that so this is your favorite drink? Sonic sweet tea?
Well, it might not just be Sonic specifically, but yeah, my favorite drink is sweet tea.
Okay. I love Sonic sweet tea. Here, let me guess what your favorite is, because I know what my favorite is. Is it your favorite sweet tea from a restaurant? Is your favorite sweet tea from a restaurant though?
Honestly, I don't know. I never really compared it. I mean, I think the best would probably be like Golden Shake, because that's really good. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I never like compare all the sweet teas.
Yeah. Man, I should have done that. I didn't even think about that. So that's the thing. I like to do like that. Like you just said, you've never done a comparison. I like to go and get one from every place and do a taste test just to see. But it like takes time and all that kind of stuff.
For a record, I pretty much, my dad gets like the tea from like Walmart and stuff, those little tea bags, and just makes the tea. So, yeah. That's
her. That's what she does. All right, so I'm going to pause for just a second because we've been talking and stuff like that, but I want to kind of introduce you, if that's cool. So, because people are going to watch it and they're going to like, who's this? Like, they've seen me or whatever.
I'm just a random guy who showed up.
Just some random dude.
Yeah,
just some random dude.
It's also people recording in a park. Thought, I could be interested.
It's not that weird at all. So, hey, let me point out a couple things. So, this is the camera right here that's going to be on you. So, just FYI, like when I change camera shots, this is the one that's going to pick you up. This iPad right here is an overview, so it's just gonna be just for when we're both talking at the same time. And I have two other cameras right here just because I forgot I brought an extra one. So those two, and then I have that one that's a far overview that shows the park and everything. So it's kind of neat.
And all of its sunny glory.
It's so sunny and glorious out.
There was just like one singular light on by our car.
Yeah. So anyway, and I said I was gonna introduce you and I didn't. So Cason Green. And you are in 8th grade, and you go to Hillsborough Junior High, which obviously because I teach there and we see each other every day.
Yeah.
So how is it going? Like, because I see you every day in the hallway, and that's one thing I want to get to in a second. Is something that makes me happy every day. But how's it going for the first semester? Because today was the last day.
Well, I think it went pretty well. I did good on all my semester exams except reading, which is hilarious because I'm a reading nerd. Like for years, I've been good at reading, and for whatever reason, well, with star scaling, I don't know what I got, but if it went strictly off my questions, I didn't get the teacher grade one right, I would have gotten a 73, which is barely
So
passing.
73%?
Yeah.
It's okay. But then they use star scale, so like I'm with you, and a lot of people don't know what star scaling is, and I bet you do.
I don't. I've heard of it. I just know it ups your grade enough that you can't fail anymore.
And the reason why I said I bet you do, because you always, in my class especially, you always took the next step to learn, like, what's the next step or what's the why, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, star scaling is, so like for instance, it takes a grade of last year for the 7th grade star just to pass, just to approach. That's what approach is called, passing, right? Just to approach was 41%, okay? 41%. And I know who I'm talking to, and you're like, well, yeah, I'm with you. But just understand, so star scaling, the way it works is, so 41% is passing. So when you took a test, right? You take a test in algebra. So what'd you get in algebra?
In algebra, if I remember correctly, I got an 86.
Okay. So let's just say that you got a 42. You would have passed, right? Because star scaling would have said 41% is the same thing as a 70% on a test. It's kind of weird, but it's just that way we can keep something in the grade book that is like that is how you would do on a star test. So like I like it because there's a lot of students that isn't a Cason Green, and there's a lot of students that's not like a lot of, like every student's different, right? And some of them, they just need to see that they're getting better. And if you just keep telling them, oh, like I'm just like I failed, and not sitting there telling them that they're getting better, then they're just gonna want to give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the star scaling is like one of those good things to say, hey, yeah, you didn't do maybe but 50%, but that still passes the star. So we're going to give you a passing grade on the test.
Parker, this isn't exactly related, but just because we were talking about star scaling, I have to say, on the star test itself, I always found it weird that you just need 53 to pass. Like that means you barely know like half the stuff in the grade. You barely know more than half the stuff. Yeah, that's fine. You could go learn the next level.
I'm with you. So I'm not. There's no way in the world I'm gonna ask your mom how old she is, but I'm gonna volunteer how old I am. I'm 41. So I graduated in high school in the year 2000, and I graduated in the building that we're in right now. That used to be the high school, right? Well, I lied. Sorry. I went the first semester of my senior year in that building that you go to school in. Then the new high school got built, and we finished our senior year, the second semester in the new building. We were the first ones to graduate in the new building. So I'm 41, right? So like I remember back when it was the TOS test, and then like it was the TASP test and all this kind of stuff, way before it was the STAR test, right? But like STAR scaling didn't exist back then. You either passed or you didn't. You got a 70 or you didn't. You know what I mean? So it's so different now saying like, oh, but we're gonna look at it a little bit different. It's just different. So I don't know. Like, so I had a question though. You said for ELAR, right? Who's your ELAR teacher?
Miss Volchik.
Miss Volchik. Okay. Yes. Duh. Sorry. I say duh. But there's her and there's Miss Rome, right? They're the two 8th grade English teachers.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I've never, because I did have Miss Rome. I kind of assumed because her class is right next door on the reading side, but still.
She is. Miss Volchik teaches like I'm sure probably half the kids, but she teaches the honors, right? She teaches like, do you have a PBL or no?
What's PB? Oh, project-based learning? Oh, no, we don't have that. We still do projects in, mainly just her class in science we have projects, but yeah, we still do. But yeah, we don't have that.
That's right. So like, I'm a teacher, and that's sad that I don't know who all has PBL anymore. Because last year they did. I'm pretty sure last year 8th grade had PBL.
We did.
Okay, so it's just, but I don't know.
I don't
it's
think
just so
we
different.
couldn't really fit that in the schedule because last year we did have it, but this year we now also have health or career and
Spanish.
Spanish, yeah. I couldn't remember that.
No, I'm with you. Have you had Spanish yet?
Oh, you have that year round.
Oh, it is year round? Okay, so I didn't know. See, here's the thing. Teachers, we know what we do, right? I know what I do every single day. I have no idea, like, the other teachers, and, like, you know, I don't know if y'all have it year round because I know that sometimes you might have art for one semester and then something different the next semester, or career investigations or something.
Yeah, health and career investigation
That's what it
swap,
is.
and your I don't remember what it's called. Your I want to say no, that was a different school. I don't remember what it is, but the thing, like, it's like you could have art or tech apps or office aid, or I'm actually gonna be office aid next semester. Yeah.
That's gonna be cool. Do you know what period yet?
First period, yeah.
First period.
Unless they change all my classes around.
I doubt they will, and that's one thing that I do know about is they like to, once they set it, they don't like to change it. And the only reason why they do is generally the student wants to like change it, so then they change it for the student.
Yeah, because this semester I had tech apps, which was pretty fun.
With Miss Buckskimper?
Yeah.
So like, man, so obviously you know that Miss Buskimper used to teach science because this is her first year doing technology, right?
Yeah, and last year I had her for science.
Right.
Sadly, she doesn't have the snake anymore. She still has the bearded dragon, but yeah.
I wish I had time to go down there and visit her when she's teaching class, but like I can't, you know what I mean? Because I'm teaching class. Yeah. So, but like, I've heard she's been doing really good down there in technology. Like I've heard really, really good stuff, and that makes me happy because she used to teach 2 doors down from me. So like, she's a friend. We saw each other all the time. We ate lunch together. She's a friend, and now I don't get to see her anymore because she's way down there.
Well, her class was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you like it?
Yeah. I did like it. I can't say I do because what was it? Tuesday was my last day in that class. Yeah.
Okay. What was the coolest thing y'all did all year?
Well, I have to say it was our very last like major thing, which was we made a game in Scratch. Like, everyone did. Well, not everyone did it because I guess some people just decided not to. I don't know. Yeah. Not all of them were the best, but yeah, there was a lot of really cool ones in there. Yeah.
Man, so I never learned Scratch, and that's another thing too about my generation. Like, computers weren't a thing. I mean, they were, but like they weren't. You know, like they didn't have like stuff like that Scratch. I mean, we could play basic stuff, or we could type out a Word document. That's about it. Yeah. So what kind of game did you do?
Well, I did. Have you ever heard of Undertale? It's a
Undertale. I haven't, but related to something maybe that's a little bit more known.
Well, that's literally what I based it off of.
Okay.
It's a pretty good. Yeah, it's mainly just the combat style of the game where it's where in the combat you're a heart and you just gotta dodge attacks for a while. So yeah, that's what I based mine off of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So, like, is it an actual full functioning game, like the one that you built? Like, can like people go and play it now and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can play it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like long. It's not like a long game. But I mean, it's not like everything changes or anything. But it's still really cool. Yeah.
So like, would you relate it? Like, is it more of like an arcade type game? Like where is there levels to it?
No,
Or-
it's just the one thing. Just it took me so long to make the one thing. There's no, yeah, I was trying to make it where it switches between a couple things, but I couldn't figure that one the second part of it out very well.
Okay, well that's cool. So man, so like you don't have technology. So what class are you gaining now this next semester? Which one are you taking instead of technology?
So, oh yeah, that's the Office Aid.
The Office. Okay, that one is the
Yeah,
Office.
because it's
okay.
Tech Apps,
Yes,
Office
okay.
Aid. There's a couple others I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember what they are.
Well, that's really cool about Office Aid because, like, man, that's not something they just give to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, there's not everybody that just gets to do it. So I think it'll be cool for you. Like, that way, like, just kind of being able to have a little bit more freedom where you're not, like, tied to a one classroom. You have to stay there the whole time. Like, you can go visit other people and take care of stuff the office needs. So,
Plus, I've seen it, and I mean, when you're not in it, I mean, I've seen everyone they're usually on computers when you're not doing it, so
Yeah.
doing something. So I mean, that would be pretty good, especially around exam time or CBA time or something, because you could just study that period.
yeah. You cold?
Yeah, I get cold easily.
I do too. It's cool. Hey, don't like, and we can pause it anytime, and like I can always cut stuff out. And then there's a fly that's jumping in. So like, you know, I get it. Like I was hoping it was gonna be a little bit warmer. It said it was like 60 degrees, but I don't know. Anyways, so all right, cool. Well, like I'm really curious because like I got to see you obviously last year every day in class and stuff like that. But like how's classes going? Like I know you say you like doing that and technology and stuff like that, but like how is your year going?
My year's going pretty good. Yeah, I mean, my schedule works out really well because a lot of my classes are on the same side of the. Well, a lot of my classes that are on the same side of the building are close together because I have algebra, and then actually it goes straight into PE, and that works perfectly because after algebra I have just that little bit of aggression I need to work out.
Oh man, I'm curious. Why do you have aggression kind of coming out of algebra?
Well, 50%, half of it is just because half of it is because of just how hard it is a lot because you just gotta do. Yeah.
I'm with you, dude.
Hilariously enough, though, it seems to be the main problem of not just to be a lot of my class is the very easy seems to be like the easiest part of it. I don't know if everyone else still has the problem, but for a while everyone was having a problem with just the simplest part of it, which was just opposite operations.
Yeah. And I'll probably take fault for that. Like whenever I taught it and stuff like that to you, like I think I used the terms like, what's it trying to do? What do you need to do? Like to do the opposite, you know what I mean? And I didn't probably use the technical terms of doing the inverse, doing the opposite.
Well, that's not the problem for whatever reason. I can figure out what to do here, and I know how to put the X over here.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know what to do with like 8x plus 9y equals 17. I don't know what to do with that 17. That number there, just I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. So like, I feel like I've mastered 7th grade. Like, I mean, I say that to the extent of like, I don't need to learn anything else. I know how to do every single type of problem that's in 7th grade. But could I get better at like how to do it? Sure. But algebra, dude, you 100% would destroy me in anything in algebra. Like I just don't, I don't know. Like, cause once you give me this calculator and you tell me I gotta learn all these like ways to do this, that didn't exist when I was in school. We didn't do that. So it's just so different this year, or to see y'all do it.
Dude, our class is lucky because there's this thing on the calculator called Insolve where you can, where it will solve not all the things with the variable, but it will solve a lot of stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one variable. Yeah, a lot of the other, usually she doesn't give that to people till the end of the year, but
Insolve,
just because, I kept asking about if there was a way to solve it on the calculator, and she told us.
Yeah. I taught 8th grade math my first year. My first year I started teaching in Hillsborough was COVID year, was 2019. So we only taught for half a year. So I learned Insolve, but I only did it for a few months. And then when I came back the next year, I'm a 7th grade teacher and there's no more calculators anymore. And it's like, well, okay. I mean, I honestly, I prefer 7th grade because I'd rather not teach with everybody like learning on it, using a calculator, because 7th grade is the last year that we're working with this. You know what I mean? We're working with your minds.
Yeah.
Not so much, oh, do you know how to hit buttons in an order, you know?
Yeah.
So
For record now, I do a lot of the math on the calculator
Yeah,
just because,
yeah,
mainly because I don't have, like, a bunch of paper laying around that I want to
Yes.
use or a pencil. I got all my stuff on a computer. I know where I have online calculators, so I'm not going to waste a bunch of our printer paper that I could use for the math, the other math. That
I
can't do.
100% agree. 100%. You ask any adult, like I say any, I'm sure that there's people that are different. That's absolutely like happens a lot. But how they figure out like how to find out how much they're going to pay, including taxes, they're going to use their phone calculator. They're going to use a calculator. They're going to use they're not going to break out a pen and paper at a register and work it. I mean, it's not very common. I've seen it because I used to be a cashier before. I've seen it. But yes, like you need to know how to do math, like handwrite it out to an extent. And then from when you start doing the stuff like you're saying, the what was it, 7x plus 8y equals 17 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's whenever a calculator is going to be a little bit more handy. To be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever used like math, high school math in the real world, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe a little bit of it, but like everything I teach, like that's what adults use. Everything in 7th grade, that's pretty much what adults, the max that they know how to use.
Oh, and luckily, apparently these don't come up on the STAR test a lot, there's only like 1 or 2 on the STAR test is what I mean by that. They have those problems that like train A is moving 16 miles an hour and train B is moving the opposite direction 9 miles an hour. When will they cross? Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
I could not do that to save my life. Like you throw one of those at me and give me like an hour to do it, I'm just gonna leave and come back and just be like, I found a guy who knows this. I found him.
That's so
the
funny.
guy who could do it.
That's so funny. And I told you this earlier. I said that I bet you and me are very, very much alike. I'm the same way. And I'm curious about this, and you already know because I used to teach you. Like, do you remember how I told you that I like to learn?
Yeah, I do remember that.
How do I like to learn? Do you remember?
I remember you told us that how you like to learn. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual and a kinesthetic. I have to see it and I have to draw it. That I just do. So like a lot of times, you know, students in class would be like, Mr. Ennis, I need your help with this. And they would vocally tell me what their problem was. I have no idea what you just said. Like, so I have to come over there and I have to see it and I have to draw it. So here's what I'm saying. The problems you're talking about, I was horrible at when I first started teaching. Horrible. And then what did I do? I drew pictures and I drew arrows and roads and stuff and I made it make sense. And then I was perfect at those problems because I saw it. So I'm just saying, you might try that. You might try drawing a picture.
For a record, I don't even think one of those came up on the semester exam, so
Yes.
I don't even remember how we're supposed to do those at all.
Man, there's a way, but
so
like,
long.
I'm with you. Like, I remember how I used to draw it. I would draw like this dude on a bike with this arrow, and I would draw like a number line, and I would have like this many miles, and it was so different.
That's
but once
smart.
I saw it, I got it. You know, I understood it from then on. So, like, I appreciate that. You just said something that just made my day because here's what you said. I was smart. So, or you said that's smart.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna tell you, Cason. Like, I don't think that I'm on the same intelligence level as you at all. Not even close. Like, that's not me just trying to be nice to you. Like, I don't just throw out stuff just to say it. I think your IQ is much higher than mine. And so like, for you to give me a compliment or give a compliment to something I said, that means the world to me. Because that means that like that's something that you might think of doing at some point. So that's really cool.
Thanks.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that concept. I'll probably be using that on the STAR test.
I hope you do,
I
man.
mean, for record, we have not just 4 hours now, just all day.
You have all day. You have all day.
I have time. Because, for record, I have no reason just to turn it in.
Yes.
At that point, I
Oh
might
my
as well just
gosh.
start doodling on the back for a while just to pass the time.
Cason Green, why can't more students be like that? Like, seriously, like, here's the thing. We'll give some people, tell them, oh, you've got all day, and they'll turn it in. You already know. They'll turn it in 45 minutes, and then they'll wonder why they failed, or they'll think they can go do something else or go to sleep. You know what I mean? But then what do you say? You said, give me all day. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to doodle or whatever. That's awesome. But here's the other thing. Teachers, there's two sides to that. Teachers are like, yes, give them all day for that student that needs all day, right? But also, teachers are like, all day? Well, I'm ready to go home, you know. Like, at 4 o'clock, we're ready to go.
For record, I did it. For record, when they first for a record, I do think all day is a little much. 4 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, this might just because a lot of my classes were the smart classes, but I've never had a class that someone took the full time.
No, I'm with you. So I'm with you. I've had students that have taken the full time. I'm not gonna I was gonna say I'm not gonna say his name, but I know his mom doesn't like we love each other to death. Like, she's a great person. I have a student this year, right? He's different, but he reminds me of students from the past. So do you know a student named Justin Gibson?
Oh yeah, I have a PE.
Okay.
I have one question for you. Does he actually have two? One, does he talk about Harry Potter a lot? Because that's a lot of I don't know if that's like he's into or if that's his friends into.
What's your second question?
And does he get angry a lot? Because like in PE, like whenever we try we win, he's extremely angry.
Okay, so no to the Harry Potter, and he does get frustrated. Here's what I would say about Justin. So Justin started the year and it was rocky because, and I think for a lot of students, when they go from 6th grade to 7th grade, it's a little different. It's scary because you go from having to walk in a line to go to the restroom and go class to class at the intermediate to the bell rings, figure it out and get to the next class. You know what I mean? Like, so it was very different and it wasn't easy for him. But I'll tell you this, that dude takes his time with every single test that he takes. And just today, he took his time very much, and I wanted him to. And what happens, he shows up at the door because he took his test in the library. He come back to my class, knocks on the door, and he's just cheesing. Like, he is smiling ear to ear, excited. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he tells me the grade he got. I come back to my computer. I look at the whole class. I went back to him. I said, Justin, you just got the highest grade in the whole class. You know what I mean? Like, so he is the reason why I know that it's the right thing to do to give a student all day for the STAR test. He proved to me that makes sense because he's not just gonna go in there and twiddle his thumbs and fall asleep and then wake up and then do a problem. No, he spends and he worked every little detail out. And when the results are the results, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that reminds me a little bit of you just because of what you said. Like, if they're gonna give you the time, you're gonna use it because you wanna do the best you can.
Like on a lot of things, like on the STAR test and stuff, I always finish usually within like 2 or 3 hours. But I mean, if we have all day, I know people are gonna take it. I'm probably gonna spend a while just doodling on the back.
Yeah.
It's either that. I mean, either way, I'm gonna be reading a lot of my books, so I might as well just do that. Spend a little more time.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get it. So anyway, so like the other side of Justin, he's very passionate. He's very, very passionate. I've come to know him. I've come to know his mom now. I know some stuff going on in their family and stuff, and they're really good people. So he's very passionate, and there's two sides to that. When stuff is going good, it's the world is is just amazing. It's all glitter and lights and everything is beautiful. But when stuff's not going your way, passion works the other way too. I'm very much like that. And that's one thing that I wanted to lead into because you said something in the grocery store, in the Walmart, whenever I seen you in there with your mom, and it was a few months ago, and I want to talk about it because I feel like I need to say something. So anyway, so what I wanted to talk to you about that I knew in my head I wanted to talk to you about. So I was talking about passion and how it works the other way too. When stuff isn't going as good, that passion, like instead of everything being beautiful and all that kind of stuff, like you think that the world's about to end. You know what I mean? It feels like that. It truly does. Yeah. So when I seen you in Walmart with your mom and you brought up something, and I'm being honest with you, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Like, I haven't been able to get it out of my head. So you said that I yelled at you, and I'm going to tell you right now I did, because you wouldn't have said that I did if I didn't.
I think I do know what it was about too, because me and I think it was Kyan and Jaden, we were kind of joking around and we got in trouble, and Jaden was kind of laughing at us for getting in trouble, and I told him you were part of it too. I think you thought I said the word retarded. I could kind of hear that, and he said you talked a lot about how that's bad and all that, and use that term. Yeah, so yeah, I think I do see why you yelled at me about that, but no. I'm just telling him he was part of it too.
Okay. So the reason why I wanted to talk about it is like I literally thought about you last night. Do you use AI at all? Like any of the AI technologies and stuff like that?
I've messed with it a couple times on some things. Actually, on one of the things we use in tech apps, the Canva, it has a little AI image generator.
Oh, it does. Yes, the image creator.
Yeah, that's
yes.
I came up with a bunch of cool stuff, and some of the stuff I don't know how it got that.
I'm gonna get Melinda to remind me, my wife, because and that's the thing. I love her because she helps me remember stuff. I'm gonna dump all my images that I've created. Dude, I've created 1,000 or more. Like, and I'm gonna dump them in a Google folder, and I'm gonna share access so you can just see all the weird stuff that I created.
I took a screenshot of it because the other day in the semester exam we had to make like a self logo, and I was trying to get get it to make a picture of a pizza, and I had a theme on just because the theme had come up with some cool stuff.
Yeah.
One of the pictures it came up with was a pepperoni pizza there was checker pieces on it. I literally just put in pepperoni pizza. That was the entire prompt. I might have misspelled pepperoni, but still, I don't see.
No, I'm with you. So anyways, I was at home yesterday, and I use it all the time. Anytime I have a question, instead of Googling something, I don't Google it anymore. I ask AI. And so it gives me my version of the answer I'm asking. So I asked AI this. I said, what is the difference between yelling and raising your voice? And AI came back with, and it gave me the definition of yelling. It gave me the definition of raising the voices, and it used like a way to distinguish between the two. It like said, this is this and this is not. I yelled at you, Cason. So I did. Like, I know that now, but what I probably told you is what a lot of teachers refer to as raising their voice. And I'll be honest with you, you know the reason why I would have said raising my voice? Because I didn't want to feel like I did something bad. I did something bad. I shouldn't have yelled at you.
Honestly, you didn't really talk to me about it at all throughout the day. I think you just told me the IXLs to do that.
Yeah,
that's it. I still can't blame you. What you thought I said what would have been pretty bad. Yeah.
So I want to talk about that, but I first want to say this. I'm sorry. Like, I truly am sorry. Because here's the thing. The fact that you talked to me about that, like, after us not talking to each other for a little while, that means that you remember it and that you remember that about me. And I'm sorry that you have that memory of me, because that's not what I wanted. And that's not who I am trying to become.
For
right?
record,
So I do apologize.
For record, that apology, when I apologized, I think the worst part of that for me was when my parents found out about that, because I thought I told them about that, but apparently I never did.
Okay.
So.
Well, hey, just know this, okay? I know now, and I should have known then, that you didn't do anything wrong, and I did. Okay, I'm a grown up, and I've gotten much better. And here's, you know what, you're a big part of that, because I felt a lot of shame after talking to you at Walmart and stuff like that. And I took it home and I talked to my wife about it and stuff. So anyways, I am sorry. Do you accept my apology?
Yeah, I do.
Much. Thank you so
like
much.
I said,
that means the world to me.
You weren't really in the wrong there. You
I
misheard
was.
me, and it sounded like I said something bad. I can totally see how it sounded like.
So now I want to hit the other thing. So I don't get mad when people say the word retarded. I don't get mad at that. I get upset when people use it in the wrong way. So, like, for instance, if someone does something that is foolish, like in a classroom setting, if someone was to grab a marker, take the lid off and throw it across the room and hit somebody in the face, and someone said, "Stop being retarded," I would get upset by that. And the reason why is I have family members that are mentally challenged. My son Hunter's autistic. So I don't mean to laugh. It's just I kind of laugh whenever I'm stumbling on what I'm trying to think and say. But anyways, so when people say that, like it to me, I imagine them saying that to my son, and like that makes me mad because they're talking about my son. You know what I mean? So I need to do a better job in explaining that, and not just saying, "Hey, you're just not ever allowed to say a word." You know what I mean? Like, now the other word that I don't allow in my class, I'm curious. Do you remember what that one is? I didn't allow that word at all.
I don't know. I don't think you ever told us the words that either of those words weren't allowed.
Okay.
Or if you did, it was like right after you sent me out. I think you told everyone else.
Throw me out.
You told everyone else, and now I'm the one you're talking to. About.
Way to throw me out on there. Okay. No. So, but like the word, and obviously, I say obviously, I do not allow, you know this, I do not allow curse words at all. Not even a level of a curse word. I know there's some students that'll say, "What the?" And I'm like, they'll just stop right there. And I'm like, no, you don't even start that. You don't even start saying that. But the word I will not allow is shut up, right? And that's the only time you're gonna hear me say that because I don't like that word.
Oh, I remember you telling us that's not allowed.
Yes, I don't like it. There's words in the history of words that like will stand out and hit nerves and stuff like that. And that one to me is such a sign of disrespect. And I love Miss Hamilton because do you remember what she teaches the students to say instead of that? She says, "Dear friend."
Oh.
She says, "Dear friend, can you please be quiet," or something like that. So she always says, "Dear friend." So I think it's hilarious because now in class, like I might have heard the S word like 5 or 6 times throughout the year because they've heard from the 8th graders. You don't say that in his class. And when they do, I stare at them and then they know that we can't move on with class until they apologize. And then I just let it go. So then that way they know, but you know what? I think that it's not just for me. I think that we should kind of try to take that word out of like, for normal circulation.
I don't think any teachers actually allow that because
Yeah.
like it helps a lot. That gets said a lot, and then everyone kind of jokingly says that's not allowed. But
Yeah, I'm with you. So, anyways, that's just my thing. I was just curious.
For record, that's not the worst thing I've heard. I've been like in the auditorium or somewhere. I've heard people saying the F word. I didn't actually hear it, but on the way to chess club one day, I heard 2 people who were in a lot of trouble for Miss Buckskipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I just showed up like right after them, and they were being. They're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we don't feel comfortable around like that kind of language and stuff like that. When I say we, my family and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm also not ignorant. I know that like kids, like when they get around kids and not around adults, they tend to say stuff that they wouldn't otherwise. But no, I'm with you. So all right. I want to move past. It's like I feels like this has kind of got dark, or not dark, but like I'm talking about like stuff that isn't the positive. But I do have something I wanted to talk about you positive because I was talking to, and this is how much I want you to understand that this means to me. This right now, I want you to understand how this means to me, how much this means to me. I reached out to your mom and we talked through Parent Square probably well over a month ago. Since then, since she said this was okay and you said this is something you want to do, I've been not like announcing to like everybody, but I trust certain teachers to have conversations. So I talked to Miss Volchik last night about you. Like she at home, we're both just texting each other. And I'm like, hey, it's been a while since I've had Cason in class. What is it that's like is unique to him? Something he loves or whatever. Because I have stuff I love, right? So what do you think she said? What's the one thing that you love?
I don't really talk about stuff that I like in class, honestly.
Well, what did you show me a picture of before this started?
Oh yeah, Legos. Yeah.
That's 100% what she said. She's like Legos, and I'm like, sweet. Yeah. So can I see it again? Yeah. Can I see that picture again?
One second. Yeah. Oh yeah. But here's a picture of a car. A couple days ago, we were at Walmart. I just saw.
What are those things called? Slingshots.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're called. There's a guy here in town. He actually is a substitute at the school. Oh. He drives a white Slingshot.
Oh yeah.
He used to own the Axe place, I think.
Oh, that was him who used to own that?
Yeah.
I've seen that Slingshot there. Yeah, my dad used to drive by that. That was a cool car.
Yeah.
Cool cars,
I didn't know it was him, and I went into art one day, and he was substituting for Miss Ferris, and I was like, oh, that's the same guy that drives that Slingshot.
Yeah. Surprisingly, for I love Legos, I only have 2.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't
I have 2 pictures of Legos, like total. Like
dude.
One just of a nifty thing I made one time, and one's just of how crazy my living room is. Just I think I sent it to Jaden actually.
Peterson.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I'm zooming in and I'm looking at this because here's my thing. Like I love Legos. I say I love. Like I don't go buy Legos for myself. But anyways, I used to love Legos. Like. And I used to love building, like, not the sets. I used to love just kind of, after, I got Legos, just kind of building my own thing. You know what I mean?
I usually, build I have a lot of leftover pieces because I used to just pretty much break everything. Okay. So, yeah, I usually, build the set, and then I just kind of like to add on to all my stuff a lot.
So like, you like to get, like, the sets of stuff and then build the actual instructions, set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually do build the set, but also I add on a lot or like combine it because like this is 3 different sets right here. They just like they fit together, so I put them together. Yeah. Oh, and this thing here, I broke it, and then trying to fix it, I spent hours just because all the pieces, like there was like 4 pillars I had that were put together from it. They all look the same, so I just had to keep moving them around until eventually they fit.
So is this in your room?
Oh no, that's the living room.
Okay.
That's the living room.
Yeah, you just kind of take up it. It's just like everybody else. Y'all have to wait. Here's my Legos.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, you know.
But you know what? Hey, but I say that, but like, but it brings you in and like keeps you like in the area of everyone else. So that's cool.
Not really. We don't really use the living room much. I mean,
I get it.
We used to use it more, but I mean, we don't. I mean, there's 2 chairs and a couch. It's
yeah. I get it.
And a table full of Legos, and a floor full of Legos, and 2 tiny end tables.
Hey, you're just owning it, man. So like when you do get the sets, is there certain like types that you like to get? Like I like Marvel stuff and Star Wars and all that kind of stuff.
Honestly, I do. I like the main 3 things I like are usually like a lot of the Marvel ones are cool, and then there's definitely the Star Wars and the Ninjago ones also. Those are really cool. Yeah.
Ninjago. Yeah, like so I met you know Miss Garza, right? You know Miss Garza.
Yeah, she was the tech teacher.
Yeah, so and that's why I say you know her, but like just because I know that some students didn't have her because when she transitioned from technology into her position right now. So anyways, she has I think 3 boys and they love Legos too. Like they made it known to me, hey, we like Legos. Like just to say like, hey, if you see Legos and you want to get me something, we like Legos. So I thought it was really cool. So like, is that like kind of something that you just like if you were asking for something for Christmas, are you gonna say Legos?
Well, if you look under my Christmas tree and just shake a few boxes, you can probably figure it out. Yeah. Oh, and whenever my parents are going in or around. Whenever my parents are going somewhere out of town, I always have to ask, is it near Dallas? Just because I found the 2 resale sale places there. They're just great. I always want to go there.
That's so cool that you're into that. So like, when you say resale, are you talking about like Goodwills and stuff?
Oh no, not like that. They're like, well, one of them is an expensive place where you could sell your Legos there, and then they'll sell them. Yeah, and then there's another place I found that's like, it's a very small place, kind of hard to find, kind of out of the way, but it's actually really good because it has a lot of Legos too, but they're at a sensible price. Instead of paying like $100 for a minifigure, it's $20.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move this over just a little bit. You're fine. Yeah. So like the reason why I asked you if it was like Goodwill or whatever, that's what we like to do. We like to go and bargain hunt. You know what I mean? So that's why I was just kind of curious. But I've been to the stores like you're talking about, but I don't go to the Lego ones. I go to the pop figure ones. You know what I mean?
I can see that for you.
Yeah, because like I mean. I don't like paying full price. Like when I say I don't like to, like I'm not going to, you know, unless it's the one pop figure I really want, then I'm gonna order it and I'm gonna buy it full price. But we don't have a ton of money. We're teachers. We both teach. You know what I mean? So it's not like one of us makes a bunch of money and then the other one, you know, is just a teacher. No, we both teach, so we don't make a ton of money. But we still like to have stuff. You know what I mean? We like to have the cool stuff. So we like to go to resale places and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And of course, you've seen my pop figure collection, so it's not like I just have 1 or 2.
Yeah, I just collect a few. You know, if you come to my back wall of my house, you see it's actually made out of pop figures. I ran out of space, so I removed my wall and making it out of these.
I think one of my students counted them at the end of last year. I think one of them counted them this year. I think I have almost 600.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's been a lot. I don't know if I'm more amazed about the collection or just the person who actually had the time, just spare time to count them all.
Yes. So I had, and that's just at school. I have probably another 30 or 40 at home. The ones that I really, really like and I want to see every day, those are the ones at home. Yeah. So anyways, all right, cool. So Legos, school's going really good so far. So what are you looking forward to? I mean, obviously I know Christmas is coming. That's always something to look forward to. I love it because a couple things. I don't have to work, and like I love the feeling around Christmas. That's just me. I love that feeling. But what are you looking forward to? What's coming up?
Well, on Christmas, my grandmother on my dad's side shows up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For whatever reason, I always want to. I don't know why. I wanted to call her an aunt. I don't know why.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't.
She'd probably appreciate that. She'd probably like, oh, I'm a little bit younger.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have I have an aunt in Minnesota, and she's got grandchildren. So I don't know if that would be too much younger.
Yeah. Okay, well,
yeah,
Christmas.
I actually visited that aunt over Thanksgiving, the one in Minnesota.
In Minnesota? You went to Minnesota?
Yeah.
That's right. No, okay. No, I did know that. Like, I just couldn't remember where you went. I knew you left.
Yeah.
But Minnesota, so that's cool. So
Yes.
like, and this is like, and I know your mom will probably make fun of me like about this, but like I know all my states. I could say them because I learned the song. I don't know exactly where Minnesota is.
It's on the border of Canada. I couldn't find it. Yeah, it's like you go like straight up for a while and you kind of hit it.
See, I told you me and you are a lot alike. That's how I would describe it. I would be like, all right, you're looking at the map. I know where Texas is. Walk me there. You're like pretty much straight up. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, and it's yeah. Oh, and hilariously enough, that's probably good. I always pop these down, and one of them pop right up right next to the mic.
Oh my gosh! Oh, so you said that. Like you like popping these?
Yeah.
Does it not bother the mess out of you whenever one of them goes down and comes right back up because it's warped?
Yeah, and it came right back up right next to the mic right just now. So that's gonna be funny in audio.
I told you, me and you are so much alike. Because that's what I would do whenever I was a kid, and I still do it. I just don't get Sonic drinks a bunch, but I love doing that. But it would bother me so much when I push one down and it would come right back up that I couldn't. Like I would take the lid off and push it harder.
Honestly, I don't mind that too much though, because that just means I just get to keep doing it.
Yeah. So, and that's so funny because what do people have now? Those fidget toys, the pop ones. Yeah, that's based off of this. That's what it is. It's based off of kids pushing that. That is so funny.
See, the benefit with this though is you also get a drink.
Yes, there is that benefit. There is absolutely that benefit.
Now, what were we talking about?
Hey, dude,
I know Minnesota.
Minnesota, yes. Okay, so you can't do that to me, Cason, because my memory is horrible. So you can't acknowledge that we forgot what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, I was about to mention the day after we left. It snowed there. The day after we left.
The day after you left. So that's what I was gonna ask you, what the weather was like there, because I've never been that far north. The furthest north I've been is Denver, like Colorado.
I mean, it was cold. It was really. I think it was in like the low 40s the entire time. At the highest, it was low 40s. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. How long were y'all there?
Oh, well, let's see. I think we got like five or 6 days.
5 or 6 days.
Yeah, because we left on the very Saturday at like 5 in the morning to get to the airport, and then Yeah. The worst part of it is just the traveling, because like you get there and then after like several hours of different plane rides, then we just got a 3-hour drive to this little town we're going to.
I'm with you. So all right, so you went to Minnesota. That's cool. I Thanksgiving, man. This has been different for us. We're just kind of like staying local. We're not traveling anywhere and stuff like that. So. But this is like the highlight of our Christmas break is what we're doing right now. This is like the biggest thing that we really have planned that we're gonna do. So,
well, I think tomorrow I'm apparently going to a Christmas party. I just found out. No one told me. No.
You looked right at your mama.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. Yo, you're making me think it's like tomorrow.
I thought it was tomorrow. No, I'll just have to charge my phone before and I'll be fine.
There you go. There you go, dude.
Got a little plastic chair out there.
Oh my gosh.
That makes me think. There was one year we went to Minnesota. It was for a funeral, but other than that, it was at a bad time. After the funeral, we went to this big place they own because my aunt and her husband, there's like big fields. He has all the big machinery and all. Yeah, we went to this place, and just during the party, I look up and I'm saying it's hailing, and no one believes me. A little while later, we're all crowded in there during this random hailstorm. Like we get there, it's sunny outside. Like, just a few hours, just like we're there for hours, and okay, it's a hailstorm now, and it only lasts for like 5 minutes, so it's just hilarious. Yeah.
I have to know, what did you tell them after they came and saw it was hailing?
I don't know. I think I was still. I probably would have said something, but I was just surprised that it was hailing.
I was waiting for you to say like, I told you.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was like at most this cold out there. Like I wasn't even in a jacket then. There's just like a random hailstorm.
Yeah, I don't play with hail. Like I've been hit. Like I've been stuck out in hail and had to get to shelter. And
there was one big hailstorm in Waco while we were actually giving away one of our cats because we would have kept her, but after my grandmother.
I'm with you. Yeah.
After my grandmother died, she was she lived in her room, and just without her, she was
Yeah.
sad. And also,
Yeah.
our other cats would not let her out of that room. They would hunt her down. One time, Ren got in there. We had to pry him away. I think he had claws out. Like, I think he was definitely attacking her. So yeah, we
Nah.
had to get rid of her.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but yeah, we were there, and there was tornado sirens, and but yeah, it wasn't that bad because people were coming outside during the sirens and just sitting out there. So.
Yeah. Oh man, like I remember because it was Josh Moore. He's not in the same grade as you. He's a year older, right? Joshua Moore. Do you remember Josh? Or was he in the same grade as you?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
Wait. Joshua Moore. Did he ever go was he ever a kid? Did he ever go by JD or is he?
That's somebody different.
No,
Anyways.
I know. I think that was his first name too, so that's why I wasn't
Okay,
sure.
you had said something to remind me of him. So, anyways, it's not a big deal. But man, there was two things I wanted to get with you on. Oh my gosh, and that's the thing. I told you my memory is horrible. I had them locked in. I already know what one of them is. Oh man, I was gonna ask you something. Go ahead.
My superpower is just getting people off topic, right? Like I could
Oh,
go
it is?
somewhere. I could probably go to like a political convention and just yell something random and just gonna be like the next day on the news, just like, oh wait, that was a political convention we were all at. Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well,
That's
no clue
hilarious.
who's president now. Oh, well.
That's hilarious that you said it like your superpower. I don't like as much as I like probably a lot of Marvel fans would love that superpowers were a thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking about shooting beams out of my eyes, but I truly feel like there's some people that are really, really good at something that it feels like a superpower. Mine is the ability to be unnoticed. I can turn it on and off like that, which makes it really good and something I used to do to be sneaky, right? But at the same time, like it makes me feel bad when I'm just sitting there like no one's noticing me.
For record, I'm telling you right now, like I can get anyone off topic at any time, or almost anyone. I think there's just like a few people who are. If I'm just coming into a random conversation, I probably won't. But other than that, I can. Yeah. What were we talking about?
So I know one thing, so hopefully I'll remember the other one. I'm trying to remember. It was probably like a story about something. But anyways, I wanted to ask you this because, and I was talking to your mom about this, and you said it was cool to kind of talk about it because I wanted to learn about it now. So dysgraphia, right? Mm-hmm. So that's something that you have, right?
Yes, I have dysgraphia.
Can you explain it to me? Because my deal is I've not had a student that's really I've had to do anything with. So I know a little bit, but I want to know what you.
Well, I don't know everything about it, but I know part of it is like hereditary. It's genetics because like it gets passed down. I remember that my parents learned about it. And my mom, I think it was my mom, looked at her old report cards and saw, yeah, she didn't have the best writing. Mm-hmm. I think it was her. So yeah. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I think it would be my great grandmother actually also would have probably had something like that because this is a funny story. And I might have it wrong, but yeah, one of my grandmothers, anyways, the one that I talked about the one I mentioned earlier, who's gonna be visiting on Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Apparently, her name is Ovida Williams. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be something different, but the handwriting, if I remember correctly, if I remember the story correctly, that's what it looked like. No, don't quote. No one. No. That's just how I remember it. It's just.
I'm with you. So all right. So dysgraphia means you have bad handwriting, and does it mean something?
I think it might have to do with spelling because I'm not the best with spelling, but that might also just be me never having learned how to spell certain words for years. So here's what I'll tell you. So like dysgraphia, like now that I know what it is that you're talking about, I saw it all the time. Like you turned in your show your work stuff like on tests and stuff like that. I saw it every day. I saw when you wrote your name, but you also saw me work problems on the board. My handwriting is not great. Not great at all. Like I have to slow down just so students say, is that an S or a 5? And I'm like, and I draw it again. Well,
really
for record, I'm pretty
slow.
sure dysgraphia also, like, again, don't quote me on this. If I remember correctly, it's also related to that other one with the D you mentioned earlier.
Dyslexia?
Yeah, I think it might be related to like that and autism. If I remember correctly, I heard someone mention that before to me. That's like related to like autism and stuff like that.
So that, and I'm not. Sorry, when I get stumbled up, I stutter. You know, you've seen me do it all the time. I'm definitely not a doctor by any means, but when you're passionate about something, which I am, about autism, I know more than anybody that I normally come into a conversation with, just because I want to know everything about my son. Right?
That's a good reason too.
Yes, like, because then there's no way to help him grow than to know what he's like experiencing and going through and stuff like. So anyways, it's very common that stuff like dyslexia, ADHD, very much ADHD and autism, they're almost linked. Almost. I have ADHD. My older son, my oldest son, Micah, which I don't think I might have showed a picture of him once to you or something in class.
Yeah, I think you had a picture of him at like the beginning of the year thing where everyone had pictures of their family. But
so he has ADHD. He just finished high school yesterday. Yes, like he finished in Whitney. He finished a semester early because, like, this is how proud I am of my kids. He wanted to finish early just so he could work a few extra months before he started school. So then that way he felt like in a better place financially. Like, as a father, like, I'm like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's not like, Dad, I want you to buy me all this when I start going to college. He wants to that like start up saving and doing stuff. I'm definitely gonna help him with college, but like, just to think that he wants to do that is really cool. But yeah, so anyways, Micah has ADHD. My daughter, Madison, she doesn't want to label right now, but she has ADHD. My son has autism, right?
Like I said, if I remember correctly, someone mentioned it to me before that like autism and dysgraphia. I'm pretty sure those are like related things. I'm not sure how exactly.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. But again, I'm not a doctor and stuff like that. And there's not like, oh, if you have this, you're this. No, there's not that at all. There's so much differences. On January 4th, I go to get tested for autism. It's just something I've been wanting to do my whole life. Back whenever I was your age, labels were very much frowned on, to the point that, and I'm not mad at my parents. I love my parents to death, and I've let them know this. But they shared with me that, like, it was said that in the community they lived in, labels weren't like, they didn't want to have a kid that has something that has a label associated with them, right? So I'm going to get tested, and the main reason why I want to do it is just so to kind of feel better about some things that's happened in my life, and also so I can, find a way to help my son Hunter. So, anyways, that's something that I'm planning on doing.
Well, I'm glad that in that part you're cutting out. I took the time to just wave at the camera.
Oh no, you're
okay. Well, you're gonna cut this part out specifically. Okay, camera. Cameras. I gotta wave at him now.
So like anyways, so one thing is also that I'm very aware of. I'm very aware that whenever I get to talking about something that's uncomfortable for me, I stutter. And that's one thing that they've said is one of my things. So anyways, that's all I want to talk about with that. I'm trying to think what that funny thing is. I wanted to end on that. It was something that happened, and I was like, I want to talk to Cason about that. What? So let me, while I'm trying to remember that, tell me, what was the most interesting thing about my class? Not something necessarily that I did, or what's the one thing you remember besides hopefully not that thing that I've already apologized for? What's one thing?
There's just one thing I remember very well. I thought it was funny. Like when I don't know, Kyan, he always got in trouble. Even sometimes he wasn't doing anything. Like he even mentioned that before. Like he was just sitting there once, and I was kind of talking a little bit, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't even and you just got on to Kyan.
I yelled at him.
Yeah, I was just sitting there, just like watching. Just okay.
So like I can accept what you're saying because I know it's true. I don't hide anything from my students' parents. I don't hide anything. They know I get frustrated with their students. I'll tell them right when I did. I didn't tell your mom when that happened. I don't know why. I can't remember it. I can't remember it until you brought it up that day. And anyways, but Kyan, I remember every bit of Kyan because it was Kyan, and like he would do, like I would say, all right guys, like silence or whatever I'm teaching, and then he had to finish his sentence, and I'm like, what do you not understand about? Stop, like, because his sentence was something about a video game, and I'm like, the bell rang It's time to learn.
For record, sometimes I'm not hiding that. I guarantee, like 50% of the time, that was actually me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I know. Oh, I 100% know. Cason, I 100% know. And I feel bad. I do feel bad. I want you to know that I do feel bad. I wish that you were friends with or really close with someone that's in my class this year, so you could ask them questions, because I'm a different person this year. I've gotten on to a couple of them, but whole different. My patience level has gotten so much better. But man, here's what I was gonna say about Kyan. You ready? Okay. Hey, let me finish this up. Okay, one more minute. Say hi.
Say hi.
Yep. Hey, this is Cason.
Cason.
Say hi, Cason.
Hi, Cason.
Yep. Hey, do you want my drink to finish it? Here, go take it to mama. All right. So this is what I was gonna say about Kyan. So I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, the one thing that makes my day every single day is I have a handful of students that aren't my students anymore, that are 8th grade students, that make me smile. That no matter how difficult my morning's going, when I see them in the hallway, like, it changes like that. And you know, you're one of those students every day, every single day, multiple times a day, because I could have my head down, leaning up against the lockers because my back is killing me, and you'll make it a point to say, Mr. Ennis, I look up, and you will make the effort to cut through people that you know how crazy them kids are walking, just so you can give me a fist bump. You know what I mean? Just so you can give me a fist bump. And dude, I can't express to you how much that means to me. Like, I'm trying to be as genuine as I can. Thank you for doing that. Like,
I'm just trying to be nice there. Honestly, like I like talking to you. You're nice to talk to.
thank you, man.
You're a good teacher. I tried to talk to his Hamilton more, but just the way my classes work is like, because the only time I really pass near a class when I'm ever able to is on my way to social studies for a second period, and I have to go from tech apps after drinking a full bottle of water. So I usually have to go to the bathroom first. So instead of saying hi to her.
Yeah. Well, hey, I know that she appreciates it too. That's Miss Hamilton and me are so close. We're like, and I know she loves you to death. You know, I told her last night that I was gonna do this with you, like that it was happening today. I told her the day your mom said yes. So me and Miss Hamilton, we talk almost every day. And so she knew this was gonna happen. So I already know that she's gonna want to talk to me after this to ask how you're doing and stuff. So when she comes back, make sure that because she should be back when we come back from school. Okay. She should be back because she's already had her surgery. She's doing amazing. Okay, so she should be back. So just like, I bet she would love it if you just go say hi to her or whatever and tell her that, you know, you're glad that she's back or something. You know, I think that would really make her day.
Well, there's just something I kind of want to mention. Yeah, yesterday in PE, we were doing knockout, and I was trying to get the ball. I hit it with my middle finger, and well, you could look at it now.
Oh yeah, so I saw it earlier.
It's a bit of it's not. It wasn't more swollen yesterday, and it's just bruised now.
So do me a favor, hold up your left hand like right here.
Okay.
Like just a little bit more in front of it. There you go. Just all right. I'll pause it on there so that they can see it. Oh my gosh.
It was worse. Yes. Yesterday it was kind of red for a while.
It happens, especially with ball, like whenever you're catching a ball or something like that, because it's that force of something and putting pressure. So it looks like a bad jam. The best thing, you know, ice, that kind of stuff, you know. But like you said, like it only hurts when you're doing like something all the way, right? When you're making a fist.
Yeah. I think that partially it's just because it's still swollen. So I mean,
it's not gonna feel good, man. It's not gonna feel good.
It's not that bad. It's kind of. It was when I first did it. It was. I thought I might have broken it. So.
Dude, it's scary. Yeah, because you gotta think those are little bones in there. You know. Yeah. And
for a record, it was fine by the time it took me to walk over to the water fountain and wait for the guy to finish drinking it and come back.
Yeah. There you go. Well, all right, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming and doing this. I know that it's cold out here, and I know that your mom's like, you know, it's really cold. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Seriously. But yeah, so that's just kind of how I like to end it. So nothing else for me.
Nothing I can think of. No.
Okay, well we'll talk again. Okay, see you later.
See you later. Yeah, if
Okay.
you ever want to do this again, just give me a date.
Ready, set, go bananas.